Parents, let's talk about technology. For some of us, that can be a really scary word. It conjures up images of long phone calls on tech support with a stranger on the other end of the phone, walking us through troubleshooting the latest must-have gadget that promised to make our lives easier. We think about paper jams at the office and those wild posts that your Aunt Gertrude is always making on Facebook. At its worst though, technology brings up thoughts of cyberbullying, pornography, access to strangers, lions, tigers, and even bears. Oh my. Now, if you're a kid though, technology is an exciting word. It means communicating with your friends anytime, anywhere. It means downloading the latest games, taking pictures, making TikTok videos, and being connected to the world around you in ways that were never possible before. Parents, technology freaks you out, but your kids are eager and ready to jump in. So what can you do? Stick your head in the sand and hope it all goes away? Of course not. As parents, our highest calling is to engage. And if you're a parent that's watching this, we celebrate your desire to do just that. Let's talk about how technology is affecting us. Overexposure to technology is associated with things like impaired learning, increased impulsivity, and a decreased ability to self-regulate, depression, anxiety, and bipolar disorder. 9 out of 10 boys and 6 out of 10 girls are exposed to pornography online before the age of 18, and over 70% of teens have done something to hide their online activity from their parents. Sounds kind of scary, doesn't it? Well, it might, and in reality though, there are many benefits to the healthy use of technology. In fact, you might say that healthy use of technology is marked by its ability to help us enhance our real lives. Technology can actually make our lives better. However, if this is true, then we could also say that the unhealthy use of technology has the potential to make our lives worse. It's all about how we choose to engage with it. And these days, one of the most common things we're hearing is that parents are struggling with how to manage their child's screen time. Now, make no mistake, this has always been challenging, but we all understand during this season where things like extended time at home and remote learning have become normal, the question of how much screen time is appropriate is in the front of so many of our minds. So parents, let's talk about it. For starters, the American Academy of Pediatrics guidelines previously suggested that 0 hours of screen time for kids under age 2 and 2 hours between the ages of 2 and 18 was most appropriate. And for a long time, this was the gold standard. But as technology has evolved, newer guidelines have been updated to incorporate the changing technological landscape and to address findings in more recent studies as well. Among the most important change is the idea that not all screen time is created equal. For example, on any given day, your child may watch TV, read a book online, listen to music, play games, or watch videos on YouTube. They may use a device to chat with a friend, to scroll through Instagram, or even to make some digital art or music. Now, we all understand that using a computer to make digital art is inherently more beneficial than watching the latest episode of Big City Greens or Norman Pickle Stripes. So, when thinking about how much time you'd like your kids to spend on their devices, we would suggest that you consider the specific ways that screen time is being used. You might also ask how screen time or lack of screen time affects your child's behavior. For example, if after spending an hour watching YouTube, your child's more irritable, tired, or temperamental, well, you may consider having them spend less time watching YouTube. Now, here are a few questions that we think will help you make the best decision for your child. Are they using high quality, age-appropriate media? Is their behavior appropriately positive? And is their screen time balanced with plenty of healthy screen-free time? If the answer to these questions is yes, well, then you are likely on the right track. Most importantly though, be sure to model appropriate use of technology. Have healthy boundaries for yourself. At the end of the day, regardless of what rules you put in place, the best predictor of your child's future relationship with technology is what they see you doing. So, if you have agreed upon tech-free times or locations, be sure to honor those rules as well. If your technology use is getting in the way of authentic relationships with the people in your life, well, some changes are probably in order. Parents, don't just say it, live it. One of the things we talk about at Port City Community Church is the idea of encounter, formation, and expression. The basic concept is that what we encounter in life will help to form what we think and believe. And what we think and believe will inevitably show up and be expressed in what we say and in what we do. As parents, part of our job is to help our kids navigate a world that is ever-changing and build a solid foundation in Christ. When it comes to technology, we need to remember that what they encounter is forming who they are. Now, we can't always protect them from having bad encounters, but we can help them think through how these encounters are forming their identity. The only way, though, that we're going to know about some of the things they encounter is to engage in authentic relationship with our kids. Ask them questions and plan to have good, life-giving conversations about what you hear. And remember, when the door seems to be shut, we need to keep knocking so that we can let our kids know that we are for them, that we want what's best for them, and that we love them.